Hello, I'm John Bachman. New this hour, the governor of Arkansas is now trying to get out in front of his state's newly passed religious freedom law. This, too, has been controversial. Like Indiana's Governor Mike Pence, Arkansas's Asa Hutchinson is now calling for changes to make sure that that state's bill will not seem anti-gay. This comes after a chorus of calls for him to veto it. One of those calls coming from the head of the biggest company in that state and a lot of other places, too, Walmart. CEO Doug McMillon writing on Twitter that the bill threatens to undermine the spirit of inclusion in Arkansas. The bill's sponsor says the bill is just like laws already in place in dozens of states.
I do understand that it's kind of taken on a life of its own, but that's just the way things go. So it's kind of overwhelming, but I'm glad to have it done.
We'll see about that. Hundreds of protesters have been packing the Capitol in Arkansas, urging the governor, again, to veto that bill. We'll keep it posted. Meantime, in Indiana, Governor Mike Pence has also called for a bill clarifying his state's new religious freedom law. On his desk, he wants it there in a couple of days. He wants to make sure that it cannot be used to discriminate against the folks. Amid the criticism, the law is getting a lot of support, including presidential candidate Ted Cruz, who commends Pence for supporting religious freedom. As he says, some Republican governors not shy about slamming Obamacare. Of course, they've also been using the law to get money for their states. In a new review by Reuters, all told, the governors of Wisconsin, New Jersey, Louisiana, and former Texas Governor Rick Perry get one Obamacare grants worth at least $352 million. All four are also, of course, possible presidential candidates. One aide for Scott Walker says there's no contradiction in applying for these grants while also calling for the law to be repealed. And talks continue in Switzerland over Iran's nuclear program past last night's deadline. In Israel, the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, now says it's time for a better deal.
A better deal would significantly roll back Iran's nuclear infrastructure. A better deal would link the eventual lifting of the restrictions on Iran's nuclear program to a change in Iran's behavior.
Netanyahu also welcomed House Speaker John Boehner, who says the relations between the U.S. and Israel are as strong as ever. New warnings from congressional Republicans about upcoming climate change talks. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says other countries should proceed with caution because any deal struck on lowering greenhouse gas emissions, as the Obama administration wants to do, could be undone later. Global climate talks are set to take place in late November in Paris. And some controversy in France over reports that a video has been found taken from inside that German jet which crashed into the French Alps. Two tabloids say that video exists. It was pulled off a phone's memory card recovered from the wreckage debris. But French officials say they don't have it. And if it is true, if it does exist, it needs to be turned over to authorities right away. The head of Germanwings and parent company Lufthansa have visited the scene today.
We are learning more every day about the cause of the accident. But I think it will take a long, long time for everybody, all of us, to understand how this could happen.
We'll have another update coming up for you in 30 minutes. I'm John Bachman. Now back to Midpoint.